we'll just do it for like 2 to 3 minutes or 5 minutes of yesterday's class, and then we'll go with today's class if yeah. So let me share my screen. Yes, here we go. I'm sharing my screen. Let me know if your people have any issues with my network, if you are not able to see my screen. I think my screen is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Nitin, thank you. You can call me Manasa, that is fine. Okay. So here in this session, we are learning basics of Python. So in this session, we'll learn how to write a piece of code, like how to write a code in Python from the scratch. The people from different branches, people from different irrespective of their degrees, so people can able to write what is a program in Python. That is what our main goal. So in previous class we have discussed what is Python, uses of Python, and what can a Python do. Okay, so let me give you the brief description. What is Python? So I'm sorry, I missed the P. Okay, what is Python? So Python is nothing but it is a popular programming language. So I'll just give you a brief description. If somebody cannot catch me, or somebody did not understand me, please stop me. It would be an interactive session, so please stop me at whichever point you like, or else ping me over the chat. That's fine. Somebody in my team would stop me. They'll refer your chat if I'm not seeing you. Okay, so please stop me. So if you don't understand the basics, you'll not learn, you'll not able to write a code. Okay, so Python is a popular programming language. It was created by Judo Van Rassom in year 1991. It was invented by this person, so like created by this person in the year 1991. So Python is most common language used nowadays. Why? Because it is very simple, easy to learn. So it is very easy to learn. We don't have to write any particular syntax for it. So we can use n number of times. The code which we have wrote once can be used so many times. Okay. I'm sorry, I lost my connection. So I'll share my screen one more. Share. Uh, is my screen visible, guys? Okay. So Python was created by Judo Van Rassom in the year 1991. So Python is most popular common language used nowadays. So when you compare with C, Java, C++, we do have to remember the syntax. They are written in some syntax. For example, when you consider C, we should write hash include stdio.h int main open flower bracket, and then write your code and put semicolon at the each of the end of the line, and then close the flower bracket and then run the script. So but whereas in Python we don't have to do these all things. So irrespective of the syntax, we can write a Python program. So that is the reason Python is most commonly used. So anybody can learn it and write it. Okay, so Python is basically an interpreted language. What is meant by word interpreted? Something which can be explainable. So, for example, whenever you write any code in Python, by looking at the code, by looking at the syntax, the code or the lines, you can understand what we are writing. For example, if you write a program of print hello. Okay, let me share my anaconda with you. So I just want to print welcome to Skypedia. So I want to print this. So see, we have printed the word welcome to Skypedia. So by looking at this, what we can tell? Okay, we are printing this particular word. So this is that simple. So Python is a interpreted language that is nothing but easy to explain or easy to read, easy to understand. Okay, and Python is basically an object oriented. Python is interpreted interpreted as well as object oriented. What is meant by object oriented? So something which deals with objects. For example, when you based on objects. So this for example, when object oriented language. Give me a moment, guys. Okay, so Python is interpreted object oriented language. What is meant by object oriented language? What is nothing but based on objects. For example, when you go with Java, we declare a class. We define a small object to call that particular class. So Python also inherits the features of Java. That means we can, okay, we have n number of users. It has been overcome like C++, Java. So this is the highest language. It covers all the concepts which are used in like C, Java. So here with the help of Python also you can write a code which is related to objects. So object oriented, while we move on to your next classes, you'll understand like why I'm telling this. Okay, so Python is a like very high level inbuilt language. We don't have to explicitly, we don't have to, give me a moment, guys. I'll just, so in Python, we don't have to explicitly declare any library function. For example, when you write a C program, you will write hash include stdio.h. If you use any mathematic functions or any functions, you have to predefine the library functions. So in Python, you don't have to define any library functions predefined. So it has all inbuilt languages. Okay, so Python helps us to write a program in very attractive way. So Python is very useful. Okay, so you don't have to remember any syntax. You don't have to follow any like step by step conversation. You don't have to follow any predefined methods. Okay, you can define your own methods. So Python is that simple. Okay, so Python supports modules and packages. What is meant by a module? In this module you will have some predefined code. As I said you, when you write once you can use so many things. So for example, when you write a small piece of code, you will save it as a module. And then if combined folders like packages, for example, import package of calendar, so you can directly import that package and print the calendar value, and you'll just able to write the code. So these topics we'll discuss in our early classes. Okay, so Python supports modules and packages also. And for example, whenever you write a code in Python, let's consider addition of two numbers. Okay, addition of two numbers. So guys, I'm just completing it as a very brief because this we have covered on our Friday class. So the people who missed it, I'm just covering it for them. So if you are stuck at any point, you can stop me, okay? So when you click for addition of two numbers, a is equal to 10, b is equal to 15, and c is equal to a plus b, print C. See, this is a piece of Python code. So, whenever you are writing a Python code, first it will read the line 1. The system will read line 1. It will read as, okay, A is equal to 10. Then only it will go for B is equal to 15. Then only it will go for C is equal to 15. C is equal to A plus B. Then it will print what is the value stored in print C. So let me run this code in our Jupyter, okay? See, click on run. I am able to print value 25. So let me give you a is equal to 20, okay? Now, what will give me the output? It should give me the output 20 plus 15. See, 35. Why? As I said you, Python will read code one by one line. See, A is equal, initially A will hold the value of 10, and then in the next line A is holding the value 10. The system remembers this value. Okay, the latest given value, that is nothing but A is equal to 20. And next it will read B is equal to 15, and then C is equal to A plus B, and print C. So it will give me, it is giving me 35, 20 plus 35. And most important thing is Python is case sensitive. For example, oh, I'm sorry, I just missed it. Python is case sensitive. Why I'm telling Python is a case sensitive means, if you write a is equal to, okay, let me give me e is equal to 40. If we write the same alphabet e is equal to 46. These two are different. Why? Because it is small alphabet e, and here it is capital alphabet E. So Python is case sensitive. For example, it is, if it all it is written in E, it will have some different allocation. And if it is written in E, it will have some different allocation. These two are different. But when compared to these two are same. Why? Because the both are like small a, but here the value is even e, letter e, but they are different. Why? Because it is small e and capital E. So there is a slight change, okay? For example, if at all my name is like my print, okay, let me take my name. So I am writing it Manasa. This is different. Why? Because my first letter is somewhere M. If at all I write it like Mana, capital SA. This is again different. Why? Because I am writing somewhere in between S. Both the names are same, but then there is a slight change. See, M somewhere here it is capital, and here somewhere it is capital. So Python is like case sensitive. So you should remember, like, if at all you are declaring any value, if at all you are declaring any value, you should be very clear like how you are writing it, okay? Then what are the uses of Python? So with the help of Python, we can create a software. If we can create a we can like, for it is used for web development, and it is used for mathematical purpose. So Python can be used in multiple ways. And why Python? Like, you must ask me like, why only Python? Since Python works on different platforms. So for example, we have so many platform operating systems, right? Windows, Linux, Raspberry, Mac. Okay, it works on entire system. Okay, there is no change. Okay, so it is like cost free. Okay, if you whenever you go for Python, we don't have to pay for the app. Okay, you don't have to pay for the application. You'll directly get it in your Google. So you just have to download it from there, and you have to write your code and run it. So Python is independent. Okay, it runs on each and every operating system. So that is the reason Python is mainly used. Okay. Python, it will help us to write, the code in less number of lines. For example, if you go with the same this thing, I just want to print addition of two numbers. I can directly give here E plus capital E. See, I don't have to explicitly give something like F is equal to small e plus capital E. I don't have to give this explicitly. I just have to print addition of these two numbers and click on run. 40 plus 46, nothing but 86. Okay, so Python is that simple. So in which IDs if I just Python run, so we have discussed this in our previous class. ID, LE, we can use PyCharm. Okay, we can use PyCharm, we can use Visual Studio Code, which normally each and every one of us use. In Visual Studio Code we can use for C, we can write it for HTML, and as well as we can write it for Python also. Okay, Visual Studio Code. And we can write it in Jupyter. So I am writing in Jupyter. Okay, we can write it in PyDev. So these are all we can use for events, Skyder, and we have even Sublime Text. So these are like few applications in which we can write our Python program. So now see, I am using Jupyter. You can see, right? Jupyter notebook. I am using this one. Even I have with me PyCharm. So you can see it, right? Even I have PyCharm. Even I have Python. I just downloaded directly from Google. So Python, in these Python codes can be run at any applications. Okay. If you don't want to install any application also, you can directly go for online Python compiler. So from here also you can write the piece of code. See here, it is printing hello world. When you click on run, the word is getting printed, which is in the inverted brackets. So let me write hello Skypedia. So I previously shared you people like the link for Jupyter. You can even like search it like this. Uh, Anaconda, see, Anaconda distribution. You just have to go and download it. See, download it. I'm giving one more time this link for people who missed it in on the last class. So just download it so that we'll practice writing in Anaconda. Anyways, fine. You can download it like directly Python from Python community. Okay, Python organization. Hmm, I think my network is slow. And even you can download PyCharm. So anything is fine. Okay. See, you have it download. See, you have to just click on this button. It will get download. Okay. So download. See, download Python 3.level 11. You just have to click on this button. Python will get installed. Okay, once Python is installed, we can start writing our codes like this. Okay, is that fine, guys? These are all topics which we discussed in our last Friday. So stop me if at all I am going very fast. Okay. Mhm. Somebody has any queries, put me over chat, or else you can unmute yourself. Both the ways are fine. Okay, if you don't have any questions, uh, we'll move it for today's topic. Okay. Okay, Ajay, thank you so much. You respond. I was waiting for this confirmation. Okay, so in today's topic, we will discuss features of Python. Okay, so this is our last concept, that is like technical concept. Okay, from tomorrow we'll start writing our codes. I may ask you to even share your screen and show me the code also. Okay, so if you're not having your laptops, that is fine. You can ping me the code in the chat window. I'll run it from my system. Okay, this is like last class. Okay, just listen for like, these are like basics. So if at all you don't know the basics, you're not able to write the code. Okay, so features of Python. Okay, we have nearly 14 features of Python. First one is, what is meant by features, like the advantages, how it works. These are nothing but the features of Python. The first one is easy to code. So in Python is very easy. So it is easy to code. So Python is a very high level language. We can learn it like effortlessly. We don't have to give our so much time in that. So anyone can learn Python. Okay, anyone can learn Python within like few hours or few days. If somebody is more interested, they can learn it in one day. Okay, if you go for like any course, you can learn it in you have to like give your time for like 10 days, 20 days. But as if a Python, you can learn it in one day, or you can learn it in few hours, the basics. So you have to do. So somebody are more interested in doing it, each and every person have of you have to practice at least 20 minutes in a day, so that you'll be more confident, like, I know Python, I can write it any piece of code if you give. So you have to practice it daily. So the first feature is easy to code. The second one is easy to easy to read. For example, see here, by looking at this program, we can read the data. Like okay, A is declared as 10, B is equal to 15, C is equal to A plus B. I am printing C. So by looking at the script, we can read the program. So the program is written in English words basically. So Python is basically written in English word. That is like, okay, print C. Okay, we just understand like, okay, it should print the value C. So Python code looks similar to English words. So that is a reason, by looking at the code itself, you can like read the program. We don't you There is no semicolon, there is no any brackets, there are no indentations defined. So we don't have any we don't have any semicolon, brackets, flower brackets. Okay, so this is like, okay, we can you read it easily. Okay, we don't have to put any semicolon, open bracket, close bracket. These we don't have to put it in Python. It is easy to read. And Python is, okay, I am writing here, Python is free and open source. Okay, Python is free. As I said, you can directly go to Google and download the application, and then write it. None of the website will ask you to pay the amount for using this application. Okay, open source. What is meant by open source? It will run on any of the platform, that is like Windows, Mac, Linux, Raspberry Pi, etc. So it will run it on any any one of the operating systems. So Python is easy to code, we can read it. Python is free, we don't have to pay it for things, and open to open source. So anybody can, anybody at any system, you can use this programming language. Okay, and is robust standard library Python. What is meant by the word this? I'll just write it for you. Robust standard library Python. So in Python, we have it. What is this word means? This means the programmers do not have to write, okay, do not have to write their code for for single thing. For example, if you write addition of two numbers, you can save it with the extension .py. So Python files are stored with .py extension. If you write this as once, okay, if you are writing this piece of code and saving this, okay, and saving this, you can reuse it. Okay, robust standard, that is meant we can reuse the n number of times. Okay, we just have to read the previous file and start writing our new code. This also like how to read the data, how to read the file, how to open a file in our another program. I'll just show it in our upcoming classes. Okay, you have to, what is meant by robust standard library, so you don't have to write it again and again. Okay, and for example, if you want to print any image, okay, if there are like, if, for example, see, let me go for Google here. uh, for example, if you open some websites, okay, if you go for Amazon, if you go for Flipkart, you have a picture. For example, if you shop anything, you for example, you go for shopping a t-shirt. T-shirts are there, they are like in the website, t-shirt is available. So for example, whenever we are creating that, whenever we are creating a website to display any images, okay, to display any sort of images also, Python can easily do it. Okay, so there are so many so there are so many predefined library functions. You can even display the images. For example, if we have our Skypedia, in the back end, we will have our code, we will have our logo. So that logo, when you are opening our website Skypedia, our logo will you'll able to see our logo Skypedia. So this type of images also you can do it by by using Python. Okay, so as I said you, Python is an interpreted. So when a program language is interpreted, so that is nothing but, so interpreted, so it is easy to explain. So in our Python, it is interpreted language. So the code which is written in Python, it will read by one. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 15, C is equal to A plus B. It will go by step process, that is easy to understand. So it will read the code, the system will read the code one by one line. If at all, if, as I said you, here in this example, A is equal to 10, and then it will read A is equal to 20. It will not directly read A is equal to 40. It will go for line 1. Okay, for it will read first line, and then only it will read second line, and then only it will read third line. It is a line by line process. Okay, Python is a line by line, instruction by instruction. Okay, so there is okay, so Python we can easily understand, and the script or the code of the Python is executed line by line. So and Python is portable. So what is meant by portable? So Python is portable in the sense that same code, if at all, if you have any same piece of code, if you have like a is equal to 10, b is equal to 15, c is equal to a plus b, print c, if this piece of code is written in windows, so my operating system is like windows. If you are using the same piece of code in windows, the same piece of code will work in linux. Okay, linux operating system, mac, we can use like, we can use the same code, there is no change. For example, when you do it for c, java, there is a slight difference, but python is not like that. The same sentence, the same words, the same program, there will be no even slight difference. If at all we want to add two numbers, if at all I write the same steps in linux also, it will work. So there is no difference. So python is portable, so there is no difference, it will work similar in all the different operating platforms we have. Okay, so python is extensible. What is meant by extensible? I'll write the word extensible. So python is extensible. So python, the word means the python code. For example, we have is equal to 10, this code can also be written, in another languages like c plus plus, like c++, the same code, it can be written in different languages. So that is nothing but extensible. So if you are something, if you are dragging it, if you are, for example, if you take a rubber band, you can drag it, you can extend it. So the similar way, if at all any program is written in python, you can use the same code, like it can be, also written in like different programming language. If you learn one thing, that is python, if you are done with it, you can write the same code in c++ also. So that is the reason python is extensible. Okay, next. Okay, where my cursor is. Python is expressive language. Python is expressive language. For example, c, um, we have, for example, see, whenever I am writing any code, okay, I am writing any code, I am like giving it, okay, I am like giving the syntax print. So what it will do, system will print the value. So if you give me, if you give the word display, so display will also display, it displays the also the function, it will give whatever written in the inverted commas. So python is an expressive language. The word that means, by looking at the code only, we can understand, okay, it is giving me print, it is asking me to print particular value. It is so, what is meant by expressive, if you look at somebody's face, you might be like, okay, he's angry, okay, he is very funny, he is very like calm, he is very silent. So the similar way, whenever you look at the python code, you'll be able to like easily understand, okay, this is an addition of two numbers, and here we are printing the value of, we are printing the sum of two numbers, so that is like expressive. If at all it is similar to our daily life, like if you see somebody like very funny, so by looking at them you can like judge people like, okay, he is this kind of person. The similar way, whenever you see a piece of code in python, you can okay, you can easily say, okay, this program is related to the concept inheritance. Okay, this is like addition of two numbers, okay, it is printing me some value, it is displaying me some value, okay, it is a calculated program. So you can, by looking at the code only, you will be understanding. So that python is that expressive language. And the second one is, okay, and the 10th one is, it supports for developing GUI. For example, what is meant by GUI? Okay, so if you look at our Skypedia website, here you have username. Whenever you are registering it, you have username. Okay, you'll print your username. It will ask you for your password. Okay, you'll give something password 123, and then you'll click on sign in. The sign in button, for example, see. So this is nothing but a GUI application. So with the help of Python also, you can create that application, the username, password. uh, if you people are very interested, we will even extend our classes like 2 to 3 days. I'll show you how to create GUI also, rather than basics of Python. Okay, so if you have to like give the button. There you will like, okay, click. If you click on sign in button, it will navigate to the next page. So by not only using HTML, you mostly those are like done in HTML. With the help of Python, if you know this Python, even you can create that type of applications. Okay, for like you register for so many, like if we have, like as I said, your our Skypedia application also, you can do it from the back end. From the Python you can do it. Okay, so Python supports for GUI. So first, for creating GUIs, we explicitly need some tools. Those are tkinter. Okay, these are like extra features of Python, that are like tools of Python, by which this GUI can be generated. That is tkinter, wx python. Okay, wx python, jpython. So these are like some tools. So if you have to just like import tkinter. So whenever you are writing a piece of code, you have to just give import tkinter. The tool tkinter will get installed in our installed when we are writing that you will be able to access uh, all the matter which is there in that module. You can use it. So for using that, so for creating that type of GUIs, Python can also do it with the help of tools like tkinter, wx python, and as well as jpython. Okay, so this is one of the feature. So as I said, you Python is easy to code, easy to read. It is like free and open. Okay, we have so many inbuilt libraries. And then in Python, each and the script is written or executed line by line. And Python is extensible. So if you write any code in this particular language, you can write it in another language as well. And then Python is very expressive language. By looking at it, you can understand like what is there. And then it is also supports for GUI using the tools tkinter. People, you might also call it like stickinter. So some people of different parts of world call it as different words. Okay, I call it as tkinter. Okay, wx python, jpython. So these are like few tools. Okay, then Python is dynamically typed. Okay, dynamically type. Somebody who knows C might C, C++, Java, or any other language can relate it to this point. For example, when you write your piece of code in different language, you have to declare like this: int a is equal to 10, int b is equal to 5, float c is equal to 9.1. You have to explicitly mention which type of data it is, whether it is a string, if at all, but it is a character. You have to explicitly give it is a, okay, you have to explicitly give char D is equal to male or female, like this. You have to explicitly give the specification, like whether it is an integer, whether it is an floating value, whether it is an whether it is a character. You should explicitly give. But when compared to Python, you don't have to give it. Okay, you can just write a is equal to 5, b is equal to okay, a is equal to 10, b is equal to 5, c is equal to 9.1. We don't have to explicitly declare which type of value it is, like what is the type of the data it is. So Python is dynamically typed. For example, see, if I give you a is equal to 1.1, b is equal to 2.3, print a plus b. I am running this code. I am getting 3.4 as the output. So we don't have to explicitly mention int a is int, the value of a is either a int or a float or a character or a string. So in Python we don't do that. Okay. And next, Python is high level language. So what is meant by high level language? So that is, okay, let me write it. High level, GUAGE. So Python is a high level language because programmers don't need to remember the system architecture. So, or they do not have to manage memory. For example, okay, for example, if you write any piece of code, it some in some languages, it takes it will be like, okay, you have to only like 40 kb or 50 kb or 1 mb. You have to like do it in that particular extent, or you have to manage your program. But whereas in Python you don't have to do it. Okay, you don't have to like remember the structure, since you don't have to import any library functions, you don't have to do anything. So there is no need of remembering things. Okay, it is very high level English based programming language. So it is like friendly. This application, okay, the Python is the Python, it will communicate between the user, that is us, and the system very easily. Okay, we are just giving a simple word print. We don't have we are just giving a word print, and we are making something to print. So we don't have to remember anything. Okay, why I'm getting okay, I gave print spelling wrong. Print hello. See, so I'm getting the output hello. We don't have to explicitly remember anything. So we don't have to worry how system works also. And so that is high level language. So it is an application. Okay, the Jupyter is an application between us and the system. Okay, like it acts as a mediator between the system and us. So it will be like, okay, I am telling something to print, I am giving some instructions to the system. By this application, the system is responding the same way to me. So it is like user friendly. So the user who is using this, he will be like easily able to he'll be easily able to do anything whatever he wants. So Python is like very simple. By using this Python, the one more feature is you can develop software also. Okay, by using this Python, even you can develop software. So for example, if you are future interested in any development side, if you want to create any particular software, if you want to create any particular app, so by using this Python you can do it. Okay, by using software you can do it. So I missed the number 8. Okay, 8. So by using Python you can even develop softwares. And our next thing is ob- okay, let me write it down only. The one more feature is Python is object oriented. So as I said you, Python, a programming language, is said to be object oriented when it focuses on design. For example, I declare a class. If you write a small logic in the class, okay, if you, for example, define a class A, it has logic A, addition of, okay, subtraction of two numbers. If you want to use the same, okay, if you want to use the same lines again and again, you can declare only simple one object, and you can reuse the code with that particular object. So this feature you might be seen in Java. Even we will see it in Python in our future classes. So Python is object oriented, okay. If you write it a piece of code in any class, by using one particular object, you can retrieve the same piece of code or the same lines again and again. And our last feature, 40 object, okay, oriented. And our last feature is other advanced programming, okay, other advanced programming features. So, Python contains several advanced programming features such as generators, okay, list and list comprehensions. For example, if you have, like, if you want to create any list, for example, I want to make a list of cars which are available in India, like Suzuki. We have Tata Indica. I want to list out all this. So this feature is also available in Python. If you are creating generators, iterators, so these all are there in Python. So the other advantage of Python is aut- memory for each and every object. For example, int a is equal to 10. So something it should store somewhere in the system. The allocation of memory is done automatically. So you'll not understand these terms as simple it is. Okay, when you start writing the code, when you look into the code, you will be able to understand, okay, we are not explicitly writing memory for it. So in some, when you consider C++, you will allocate some space. List of 5 is equal to, for example, when you go for C++, list of 5, that means it will hold 5 elements, only 5 elements. But in Python we don't have to use that. If you declare any list, you can use n number of, like n number of 1 2 uh, 3, so on. Okay, you don't have to explicitly give how much size it should be, or you don't have to declare the memory for it. So this is one of the major advanced feature of Python. So when you compare with C++, you can even Google out it and check. For in C++, you have to explicitly declare the space or the memory. But whereas in Python, there is no need of declaring the space or no need of declaring the memory. It will automatically, okay, it will automatically create space for it. For example, let me go back to the same example. Initially a is equal to 10, okay, it will automatically create some space for it. Okay, create space or create memory for this. In some point it will store a is equal to 10, but in the second step I am declaring the same a variable. So it will like, okay, the system will read, okay, I should not use this, okay, let me empty my plate. So then it will take, see, a is equal to 20, it will take a is equal to 20. So the new allocation, a is equal to 10, it is done automatically. Okay, you don't have to explicitly do anything in this. So these are all like features of Python. Okay, so let me stop here. Let If you have any queries, if you want me to repeat any of the features, please stop me. Okay, I'll repeat it one more time for you. And then from tomorrow we'll start writing our code. Okay, so in today's class, in one class, we have discussed like what is Python, why should we learn it, what are the uses of it, and where all we can write Python, that is in, whether it is in PyCharm, Anaconda, Jupyter, so where we can write and what are the features of Python. So these four aspects we have discussed today. Okay, from tomorrow class we will start writing programs. Okay, so I'm just sharing my screen with you, so you can stop me at any point, and if you have any questions, ask me now, so that from tomorrow, if your basics are like perfect, we can start writing our code from tomorrow. Okay, I'm stopping here. If you have any queries, you can drop me a message even in the chat, or else uh, unmute yourself and ask me. We'll go for your chat. Okay, so thank you, guys. Thank you so much for attending it. From tomorrow, please do come on time. So we will start writing our code. So get installed any of one of the application. Like if you want to use Anaconda, you can download it Anaconda. If you want to use PyCharm, if you have already installed Visual Studio Code, get anything like done, so that we'll parallelly write our code. If somebody don't have laptops also, it's fine. In your mobile you can open online application, or else if you tell me the same code, I'll give you my access. You can write it at my laptop also. You can request me the control, you can write it on my laptop also. Don't go and rush it for buying a laptop at now. Okay, please don't do that. You can write, if you have laptops, it's well and good. But if you don't have laptops, and don't ask your parents like buy me a laptop now. So we will parallelly do it. So I'll give you put a paper and pen from tomorrow, so that whenever I am giving you like that piece of code, you can write it somewhere if you don't have laptops. Okay, after the class, uh, uh, write the same steps in your mobile phone. In your mobile phone also, you can open Google, and from Google you can open online compiler. By looking at your book, you can write that code and run that, get that script done. If you are unable to do, you can ask me in the next class. Okay, don't ask your parents to buy me a laptop now. Okay, if you have, use it. If you don't have also, it is fine. You can write it in your phones. Okay, thank you guys, thank you so much. It's our 7:30, so we'll just drop off from here. So if anybody has any queries, stay back on the call, and the rest can leave. Thank you so much, guys. So from tomorrow, like please be prepared that we'll start writing our code. No more technical give me a moment. Okay, so yeah, thank you guys, thank you so much. If you don't have any queries, you can drop off the call. If you have queries, please stay back on the call. We'll discuss your queries and then leave.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to share you something. So, actually, if you have any questions even after the class, uh, you can visit our website and ask your question there. Okay, yeah.
Yes, Shreyas.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Long time.
Yeah, I'm good, Shreyas.
నేను ఒక నిమిషం రికార్డింగ్స్ ఆఫీస్